What's up, everybody? Casey Ship here from CaseyShip.com. Today, we've got a successful client, Marisa. She's joining us to talk about how she overcame being she said it, feeling worthless, a worthless stay-at-home mom with no energy and drained to no end, to building her own business, her own yoga business, getting her health back, and ironing out her life. So thanks for coming on, Marisa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Awesome. Okay. And we'll try to keep it PG because Marissa's she's like me and we kind of get inappropriate, but it's okay. All right. We can just be us. All right. So
we'll keep it PG.
Yeah, a little bit. All right. So a little bit about yourself. Tell me how many kids you got, how old you are, and about your pre-existing conditions.
I am 42. My oldest is going to be 14. He's a boy. And then I have two girls, 8 and 5. My pre-existing condition had gotten worse over the years with kids and pregnancy and all that stuff. It's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So it causes subluxations, dislocations in all your joints. So if you're not actively doing something, if you actively are doing something, you can injure yourself more. But, through swimming, through yoga, really strengthening those muscles around the joints is what kind of kept me going and kept me stronger instead of being in a wheelchair. So I refused to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah, no, you're not. That's not a vibe for you. Okay. No. So the main problem that you had, I know it was a lot, like all of us. What was that main thing when you joined? And I was like, all right, so why now, Marisa? Like, why did you book a call? What would you say? Where were you at headspace wise?
I think every space, head space, heart space, soul space. I was like, enough is enough. Something's got to give. Like, I got to find a way to put all these pieces together to start filling myself back up, because I was not even running on fumes anymore. I was just like, I got nothing. And this was something that drew me in. That was like, okay, it's not just like pick up some dumbbells. It's not just like, okay, go journal. It was like everything. Here's tons of resources. Here's your health. Here's your allergy testing. I mean, it was like all encompassing. And I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. It's not just about one area of my life. It's about all of it.
When you said that you were running on like nothing, was there something that happened that was that final straw?
Yeah. A couple of years ago when I saw one of your Facebook things, the final straw with my issues, my youngest, who is 5 now, she was maybe like 6 months at the time. And I have a huge flight of stairs and I was holding her and I took a step and I fell down an entire flight of stairs with my infant. Now instinct, I just threw myself backwards. She was fine. I cradled her, but I'm like, I'm going to be in a wheelchair. I can't do this. I can't risk falling down the stairs and injuring someone else. And it was just, doing for everybody else and everyone just taken from you. And like physically, mentally, like everywhere I was drained. And I'm like, okay, like this is physically harming me, possibly physically harming my child. So I was like, I got to get healthier. I got to get stronger, mind, body, soul, all of it.
Why did you choose working with me out of all the other programs out there?
I think I saw a little bit of myself in you. I think we have a lot of similarities, just kind of cut to the chase. You don't sugarcoat anything. You can have that mindset and you can also have like love, compassion, support. So it was like no BS type of stuff. Here's what you need to do. I'm not going to do it for you. Here's what you need to do to level up to where we're at. And it was just this like community of like, support. I mean, I checked out your Instagram, your Facebook for like a long time, all the stuff that you were doing. I'm like, she just keeps it real. Like, I want someone to keep it real. I don't want someone to fluff it up. And it was like, okay, not just about the physical stuff. Like, yeah, you're in excellent shape. I'm like, but what else is she doing? What does she have that other people might not have as much of? She's got this heart. She's got this soul. She's got this passion. And she wants everybody else to feel what she's feeling, to heal yourself on a soul level, not just a physical level.
Hell yeah, girl. And it's true. Like they'll post the highlight reel and they won't share those moments when they doubt themselves. You know what I mean? And I like knowing that my coach or mentor is like, dude, here's how I'm handling my bad day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here's my scars. Here's my stretch marks. It's not all filters and fluffy white unicorns. It's the real stuff. It's showing the hard work, the determination, the setbacks, the failures, all of it. It's like letting people see who you really are and not just this, like I said before, like this filter.
Yeah. I love it. And your shirt, by the way, Rebel, that's kind of who we work with, is the woman that says enough is enough.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody else says. I'm going to do this. So I love that.
Yeah. So you have actually given me a voice through your posts, oh my gosh, should I post this? Am I going to offend somebody? Is it too racy? And I'm like, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I'm just going to do me. And if somebody don't like it, guess what? I don't care if I have one follower, one friend. I don't care if I have zero. Like, keep it moving. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this, for other people that don't have a voice. Like, you've helped given me a voice. And now I've got people reaching out to me left and right, like, thank you for posting that. I could never do what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, you can, but you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Because I was the same way. Oh my God, I can't post that. I have to post a perfect family picture and, this, that, the other thing. And now I'm like, no, fuck it. It's just me.
Yeah, I love it.
We're trying to keep F-bombs out. Sorry.
Okay. My media girl's good. She'll just bleep it out. But yeah, that's so true. And it calls in your people that you want to be around and people that celebrate you instead of the people that come in and then they're like, ooh, yeah, I don't like this part about you. No, if you're just who you are, it's easier.
Yeah. Be authentic. Just stand in your truth. And that's it. Don't try to be something you're not or offer something you can't do. I have had so many people reaching out, could you do this, that, the other thing? And I said, maybe down the line, I said, but right now, here's where my focus is. So yeah, you could bleep out my stomach's growling over here. So maybe you should bleep that out. I haven't eaten yet.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. We're going quick. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Was there anything in particular about working with me that really helped you? And like, why was it so effective? Because I remember when you came in, the relationship, and like, there was a lot of shitstorm. There was a lot of triggers there when you first enrolled. What was like one thing that really helps you, maybe that stands out just right now?
So there's a lot of stuff that you talk about, like past traumas, childhood traumas, things like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was just like, boom, like all this stuff just started coming out. And I'm like, I got to work on that. I got to heal that. So I started making connections with some of the things or people and healing that portion of myself. And it helped me clear out all this junk that was inside.
Wow, that's a big deal. So you're saying when you came in, like a lot of women, some women get triggered by me saying that because they want to think that their life's put together and they had a perfect upbringing, which is fine. I think everybody wants that. And it's not necessarily saying that we got to go back and you find out something horrific about yourself. It's simply, you were like, what are you talking about? But realizing that, wow, there is some stored trauma and it's why you were blocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why you make decisions or don't make decisions, or you stand in fear, or you like, and I'm thinking back to all this stuff, and I'm just started journaling, writing, all the exercises you gave. And I'm like, all this stuff just started pouring out of me. And I'm like, it sucks and it hurts, but you need that hurt to grow and to heal. And so that's what I was doing. I was hurting. I was feeling all this stuff coming at me all at once. And I'm like, no, God, I don't want to do this. No, universe, I don't want to do this. And now it's like looking back at that girl that started, when I first started with you to where I am now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've done so much growth. It was so uncomfortable. But now I'm like, shit, like, let's go, man. Let's put those boxing gloves on. Like, bye,
Women always want detoxes. Detox. I want to detox. What you just explained and described is a detox at its finest, because you're feeling it. It's no longer inside of you. That's what we need. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, courageous. This is what courage looks like. And like you say, everybody can do it. So as a result of implementing things that you've learned here, what has been the outcome?
I think I have less fear of the future, less fear of taking chances, taking risks, living my life. You see yourself one way, you're living this life and you're like, oh, I've got all of these pieces. And then all of a sudden everything just like falls apart. And I'm like, but I'm happier. Like everything around me was crashing and burning and falling apart. And I was like, but I'm being true to myself. And everything that's meant to be in my life is going to be in my life. And I just keep doing that work. Don't ever, ever give up. I see so many people struggling, hurting, in pain, crying. I've been there. You share that. I've been there. I've been there crying. I've been there, a pile of crap on the floor. I've been there, and you continue to grow. There's a saying, it's like no mud, no lotus. The lotus grows from this, muck down in the pond and the scum and all of this stuff. And it, goes through all of this huge transformation to this beautiful flower. So no mud, no lotus. You have to go through it, and you come out the other side. I wouldn't have made the connections that I've made. I wouldn't have started this business at 42. You want to talk about starting over from nothing? Zero. I'm like, I can't do this. I'm 42 years old. What do I have to offer? And then I'm like, you know what? This saved my life. Everything I've gone through saved my life. Yes, I can do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. I had to go through all that trauma, all that junk to find myself again, because I lost myself a long time ago. And I'm not saying everything in my life was bad. I have so many people that have helped shape me and mold me. And I have so many things to be grateful for. And that's what I think you start your day, being grateful for what you have. The stuff that you no longer have, it does not serve you. And it's making way for something better. And the things that are no longer in your life that maybe you wish, it'll just look a little bit different. And that's okay. It's okay.
You're happier. And it just hits different. It's not like, where do you think you'd be right now if you did not take action and enroll and work with me?
Probably still doing more of the same, more questioning, more, what if I take a step? What if I, just sitting in the what ifs. Like, I'm going to sit back and watch. I'm watching all these people do all this work. I wish I could be that person. I wish I could do it. And no, you can be that person. You just got to take a step, and it's hard and it sucks, and you got to start somewhere. And then you take another step. Oh, let me check on this area of my life. Oh, I can work on this. Like, you just keep stepping. And then eventually you look back and you're like, wow, you're looking down, like, look at that ladder that I never thought I should take that first step. And now I'm at the top of the mountain here. I still got more to climb, more to live, more to do, but I probably would have still been depressed and anxious. And not to say that I don't go through those moments. I think we all go through those moments, but the darkness doesn't take over me anymore. I've taken my life back.
I love that. Were you scared when you enrolled? Did you think like, well, what if this doesn't work? Or what if like, I just waste the money?
Yeah, absolutely. Because with all the things that go on in my head, my ADHD that I try to control, and, my joint problems, I was like full of excuses. Okay, I'm going to invest in this. And then, I'll half-ass it and then get through it. And then I'm like, no, this is like an investment in my life, in my health, in my soul, in my mind. And it was different this time around. And I craved more of like feeling well, not crying, not being anxious, not having a panic attack, not whatever. And I'm just like, no, I'm feeling really good. And it's like, that's your new drug. You want to feel good all the time. You want to chase like, oh my God, I just like replenished my soul. Oh my God, these people that I'm attracting, not chasing, are filling my soul. I'm living again. I'm doing experiences again. That's how you take your life back. You start to do all of these experiences and fill yourself up with all this healthy stuff. And then like all that other junk goes away.
She just stepped into receptive mode, receiving support, receiving help, receiving everything. Now, how has it changed your parenting game?
Oh my gosh, I am so much calmer. In nature, I'm Italian. I'm from New York. I'm loud. I'm out there. I curse. Whatever. I'm a lot of things. I love my kids, and I've gotten closer to my kids. I mean, I've always done stuff with them, but now I'm like super engaged, like everything's about, oh, you're building your business, social media. I'm like, I don't owe anybody a post, a thought, a nut. That's me. I owe me and my kids a life. So when I get to social media, if I get to social media, fine, whatever. But I was like, I'm investing in me. I'm investing in my kids. And we just got out and like conversations. I don't yell about stuff. I mean, every once in a while, but I don't yell about stuff anymore. I look at things from a different perspective. I listen a lot better to my kids. Like, even if they're talking about Minecraft or whatever, and I don't get it, I listen because you know what? That's important to them.
Boom. You know what? So many women, I've had a lot of moms come in that just says, I just don't want to yell at my kids so much. That's been their why they come in the program.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. You get
Okay.
control of yourself so that you can have control over different situations. And the same thing with like other people that are, not treating you well or abusing your energy or whatever. Instead of like trying to say, well, I know my worth and, how come you're treating me like this? It's like silence that speaks volumes, and taking a step back and like, no, you don't get pieces of me. No.
Yeah. You disarm them and disengage, and you level up, and you stop attracting assholes.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's anyone watching this and they're on the fence about booking a call to speak to us about working with me, what would you say to them?
I would say just do it. I would say I struggled with that fear too of picking up and calling, and you have this whole new life ahead of you at whatever age, which can be really intimidating. But I think the great thing about you is that you're not here to like draw somebody into some bullshit type of stuff. You're going to say, I'm not doing the work for you. Like you're going to do the work for you. You want to transform your life. This is what you got to do. I think, like I said before, the thing that drew me in most about you is that you are willing to share your vulnerabilities, your struggles, your flaws, and just keep it real for everybody. So I would say anyone that is on the fence, it's a phone call. I'm sure you've done a lot scarier things in your lifetime. Like I'm getting ready to go skydiving. That's probably the biggest scare of my life. Pick up the phone and call. It's a phone call. It could change your life, take your life back.
So thank you. And if they want to follow you, what's your social handle?
Boho Love Yoga.
All together.
Boho Love Yoga.